Hey, okay, so it's Tuesday morning and I'm heading up to Glendale to appear on KWSS for the first time, so let's see how this goes.
Sheep and Wolf closed right here on TMI. Before that, we had Old School Local Track from Factories of Canada, a band that would still be together, and they are technically together. Arbra and Brian, they had a kid. I hope they start doing shows again because they were a phenomenal band. All right, we're gonna have Mr. Lucky in studio here in a few minutes, but before we do, let's get into our F My Lives for this Tuesday, right, Brandy? Right. Do you have any F My Lives on the top of the head? Fayuca, who just back to Crescent Ballroom this last Saturday for their live CD release show that they did there, so congratulations to them. I'm sure you'll hear from Fayuca again here soon, as they've been staying very busy. In studio, very special guest, formerly of the band Ruka, now has a project called Mr. Lucky. They're performing the show this Friday at the Rogue Bar, I believe, right?
Correct.
All right, and it's a food drive as well. I got Doug. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Now, tell me a little bit about this food drive and who it benefits, real quick.
Well, we ended up with this gig at Rogue Bar, and we're trying to figure out something that we could build it into. And a quick Google search showed that it was World Food Day.
Oh, it's World Food Day.
It's World Food Day.
Oh,
who knew?
Right.
So we started putting ideas together, and we ended up contacting St. Mary's Food Bank, and so we're going to be collecting food and monetary donations for them.
Nice, that's awesome. Well, I always love putting together like a good rock show with a good cause, and being World Food Day, brilliant. It goes hand in hand.
Right.
Right. You're just doing your part.
Right.
So people can go with a couple cans of food, donate that, or just make a monetary donation to get in and check out the show.
Well, it's $5 at the door. That gets you in the door, and it gets you your first raffle ticket. We're also doing a raffle.
That's cool.
We have some local artists that are donating some stuff. Once you get in the door, either a can of food or $2 gets you another 5 raffle tickets.
Okay.
So, and then we'll also have some cupcakes for donation, like if you want to pitch 50 cents or $1 or whatever.
Yeah, full-blown fundraiser
Right.
style. Awesome. Those are always the best kind of parties in my mind, you know, because you have all the goodies and stuff, and then you know you're not really losing money because it goes to a good cause.
Right.
It's hungry kids. Stuff your face with cupcakes for the hungry kids out there.
And with Thanksgiving right around the corner, I mean,
right.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've been a prevalent musician here in the Valley scene for quite some time. Like I said, I mentioned Ruka before, and you've been in several bands over the years, right?
Absolutely.
When did you start gigging around the Valley?
I relocated out here about 2001.
Okay.
I started doing some acoustic gigs with a buddy of mine, Jesse Nova. Started a band called the Low Men back in like 07.
Right.
So I have worked with Scattered Melodies. I have, like you said, I was with Ruka for a while.
Right.
So.
And that was a good run too. What made you want to kind of splinter off and do your own thing, as opposed to, you know, continuing to stick around with Ruka?
Just I had already previously had my own band, and I was doing some solo stuff when I joined with them, and I had already started a new band while I was still playing with them, and there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah, all the practices, things like that,
yeah.
the gigs get real crazy.
At one point I was in a third band called El West, with some of the guys that used to be in Prague. Remember Prague?
Yeah, absolutely.
And between all of that and having a day job, it was a lot.
It's brutal. So are you down to one band now?
I'm down to just one band.
And then Mr. Lucky is your passion project, right?
Correct.
You're the lead singer, lead composer.
Correct.
And put everything together. And you guys been together as Mr. Lucky for
pushing 3 years now.
Okay, yeah, getting in the grind. So we're gonna play some music from you here in a little bit. Now, being an independent musician, you know, you do a lot of these different kind of gigs, opening gigs, and you've had some pretty fun ones, pretty memorable ones, to say the least. One that stuck out in your head the most is what?
Back in the late 90s, I was in a band in El Paso, Texas, and we got a spot opening for Flock of Seagulls.
Nice.
Flock of Seagulls. Did you have some, like, an interesting hairdo? Like, what made people say you're going to fit well with Flock of Seagulls?
You know, honestly, I don't remember how we fell into that, but I can tell you it was in a room about the size of your studio.
Okay, so they were already way past their prime.
Yeah,
playing for like 50 people.
It was my manager took all my money, and now I'm on tour.
Yo.
So, yeah.
Do you feel bad for him?
No. I mean, it is what it is.
Did they still
playing.
have the hair?
No, actually, by that point, I used to know his name, but the singer had, like, I guess lost most of his hair, so he was sporting a ball cap.
That's not good.
That was sad.
When your whole, like, definition, is your hair, when people know you for your hair. See, I'm glad, you know, my brand is all about the hat because, you know.
You're just covered.
Yeah.
But
so, you know, beat him to the punch. With that, so Flock of Seagull loses his trademark hair.
Yeah.
And then all the fans just, you know, fly away.
Yeah, now, from what I understand, he's doing okay now, so.
Well, that's good, I guess. Yeah.
And again, he's still playing.
Was he nice, at least?
Oh, he was great. His manager was a rough piece of work.
Really?
Yeah, it was very much, hey, get away from the guys. Hey, go sit in the corner. We'll let you on stage in a minute.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
So they had that kind of, their superstar mentality, even though they're playing a little hole.
Well, the manager did.
Yeah.
The guys in the band were super nice. They shared their, food with us, and they were really nice.
Right.
Their manager guy was. At the same time, that's the guy I want working for me too.
I guess, yeah. Someone who could be the a-hole for you, so
Yeah.
you could act like the nice guy. It's the good cop, bad cop. It's a classic scenario.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do you, like, secretly want to be an a-hole, and you're just like, one day I'll be able to be that a-hole?
I don't know. I think depending on who you talk to, I might already be there.
Okay.
I mean, if you talk to the other guys in the band, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I guess you're right. You talk to Brandy, I got the same reputation. All right, let's do this because we're doing our Storyteller Tuesdays here. Don't forget the show this Friday is a food drive show for World Hunger Day, and we'll talk about the other bands on there. I want to play a new recording for Mr. Lucky as they just got this mastered and back from the studio. Where did you go to record this?
We actually recorded this at Jack's Willow Disc Studio. Jack from Ruka.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been putting together a lot of great stuff, including the Scattered Melodies thing, and then you get it mastered as well. So the song is going to be, what is it, Will Be?
Will Go.
Will Go. All right, tell me a little bit about it before we get into this.
It's just an older tune that I've been bouncing around, and at the beginning of Mr. Lucky, Jack actually was playing guitar in the band and co-writing stuff, and so he helped me work on that song. And there's not a lot of story to it. It's just the classic, I don't even know how to put it.
Well said.
It's a love song. Basically.
Okay, there you go. So we'll play We'll Go, and then we'll squeeze in a request from Jungle, and when we return, we'll have Doug all mic'd up to do a live performance for us here, and then we'll give away a pair of tickets for Monster Mash. A lot of stuff is crammed into this hour. Here's Mr. Lucky with We'll Go right here on TMI. Check it out. There you go, that was Mr. Lucky with We'll Go right here on TMI. Excellent song there, Doug. And we're about to get into a live performance. Again, Mr. Lucky's performing with who else is on this bill for this Friday at the Road Bar?
So there's 5 acts in total. There's a band called Nearly from here in town.
Okay.
I just found out about them. I don't know much about them yet.
Okay.
There is Dan Tripp from Field Trip.
Oh yeah, and Dan's going to be in studio this Thursday.
Woo!
Yeah, so I think he's going to talk about that as well, and very excited about it.
There's a band called Roger from San Diego. The singer from that band is also from El Paso, Texas originally, so he and I were doing the bar circuit out there.
Awesome.
As younger men. Brian Powell, formerly of Prague, The last T's going to be performing, and then we're going to be performing.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like a fantastic lineup, eclectic, just good old rock and roll. And my favorite rock and roll dive. Road Bar's at 423 North Scottsdale Road. We like to get a live performance in studio since we got Doug here with a guitar. Might as well do that too, right?
Might as well.
Right. So what's the name of the song that you're going to perform for us?
This is called Past the End of the World.
All right, Past the End of the World. I'll ask questions afterwards.
Okay.
How about that? All right, let's get into it. Past the End of the World by Doug from Mr. Lucky right here on TMI.
Behind me, all the hard ones, baby. The broken years. If I can't do this anymore, am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? I'm tired of not having anything to say, being so damn sure that no one wants to hear me anyway. Am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? 'Cause I made it past the end of the world. A little voice inside my head, go to hell, and I in your eyes. When you're standing in the morning sun, you know it makes me feel so alive. But when you come to me with that smile, and I am good enough. 'Cause I made it past the end of the world. Voice inside my head will go to hell, and I'm gonna do what I want. 'Cause only I can stop me now, and I won't slow down, I won't slow down. Of the world, a little voice inside my head will go to hell, and I'm gonna do what I want. It's only I can stop me now, and I won't slow down, I won't slow down.
Excellent job. Mr. Lucky's performing this Friday at the Road Bar with an all-star lineup. Of course, proceeds benefit the St. Mary's Food Bank, and with the $5 donation, you'll be able to get in and raffle ticket. If you donate food, that's even better, and it's all for a great cause. Doug, I appreciate you coming in and taking the time with us.
It was my pleasure, thank you.
Absolutely. Mr. Lucky, once again, we'll have Dan Tripp in studio on Thursdays, too, so I'm sure we'll hit on this another time. as well. And then you guys can request Mr. Lucky here on KWSS. Simple as that. Let's get ready to give away a pair of tickets, and then Brick and More is going to be in studio in the 9 o'clock hour. By request, here's Jungle with Busy Earning on The Alternative, KWSS 93.9.
All right, well, that was awesome. So be sure to come out Friday night, Rogue Bar. We'll see you there. Bye.